Women are children in adult bodies. I'll repeat it again. You heard correctly. You don't have to turn your volume up. Women are like children in adult bodies. And I will explain why. I don't hate women. I have a loving wife who I treat her well. We have 2 kids. We get along well. But if we're to be honest as men, and women, if you were to be honest with yourself, the fact that your emotions are all over the place and all up and down 24/7, and you can't stick to one opinion and stick to it, you can't say one opinion and stick to it, you have to admit yourselves that you're all over the place. I view it like this. I view it that an actual man who stands on principles is like a container, a liquid container, whether it's the shape of a milk jug or a Coca-Cola 20-ounce bottle or a gas can, whatever it is. We're structured. We are the way we are as men, generally speaking. Women are the fluid. You are the water or the gasoline or the juice or the milk or whatever it is. And you guys conform to whatever environment you're in, or in this particular case, whatever guy you're with. That's why a woman, you could see her as, she dated preppy guys through high school, so she acted preppy. She wore Abercrombie and Fitch and American Eagle, things like that. But as soon as she got with a dude who sells weed, all of a sudden she's wearing Jordans. Or as soon as she gets with a guy who's into, what's that group, Korn or Metallica, all of a sudden she's wearing all black. Or she's wearing metal rings on her finger and, metal choke collars, dyeing her hair black, even though she's a natural blonde or brunette. Y'all conform to whoever you're around, just like a child. That's how you were designed, to be fair, but that's how you were designed. But because of that, when there's no structure around you, you're going to be all over the place. That's why as soon as I hear like a girl like, oh, I have my own apartment, I have my own place, I automatically know she's living a very sexual lifestyle. She's all over the place. She's listening to her friends in TikTok instead of a good father or a husband or whatever it is. You're all over the place. That's why they have that song, Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Women do not like structure. And most of the times, women see it as, oh, a man's trying to control us, or I'm independent of a man's authority. We're trying to save you from yourselves, ladies. But the sisterhood and feminism keeps you thinking that the patriarchy is a bad thing, like we're trying to destroy you. I'm not saying there aren't some men that were terrible throughout history. I'll be the first to admit that. But generally speaking, most men want to have a good, loyal woman who wants to have a family and be taken care of. But rebellious women, who act like rebellious children, see that as, oh, he's trying to suppress me or oppress me. Especially from you going to college, liberal colleges that tell you like the patriarchy was a bad thing and that, it stopped women from doing what they want. It's like, but look what you're doing now that you're doing what you want. Another thing I can't stand too, that's crazy, is that anytime you see a post on Instagram or TikTok or X or Twitter saying something, calling out bad behavior that some, not all, but some women do, the number one thing in the comment section is, well, it goes both ways. Men do it too. So it's like another thing, just like a child, copycats. And even then, you're copying off the small percentage of guys that do act a certain way. Not every man is a womanizer or even has the capability to be a womanizer. Not every man beats up on women. Not every man goes out to the club every weekend. Most don't. Those are just the men who you admire. You're basically copying off of the behavior you already want to do anyway, and that's just your excuse whenever it's brought up in a discussion online or in person. Like, oh, men do it too. Yeah, a lot of men read their Bible and pray every night and don't fornicate. I don't see you copying off of those guys. A lot of men, stick to themselves and go to bed at a certain time, that don't watch certain movies or try to eat healthy. I don't see you copying off of those men, generally speaking. Do you? A guy says, oh, women shouldn't get tattoos. Guys get tattoos. There's plenty of men that don't have tattoos. You're just using that excuse, ladies, like a little kid. Like, well, he does it too. That's like a parent getting on a child about something. It's like, oh, well, my older brother or my older sister did it. How come you're not getting on them? This goes to show you that women were never made to be held accountable. That's why no matter what you do, even if your husband walks in on you getting a train run on you by 10 dudes, you're still going to be like, well, you weren't there enough. You didn't make me feel wanted and this and that. Or if a guy stays up under you all day, then you're going to act like, oh, you're smothering me. You're too much. Why don't you go get a job? Why don't you work more hours? Y'all are never happy. That's why men, generally speaking, shouldn't listen to women. That's why even in the Bible, God got on Adam saying, because you hearkened to the voice of your wife and ate the fruit that I told you not to, or ate from the tree that I told you not to, now curses the ground because of you, and you're going to die. Hey, what do I know, right? I'm just a guy. If I was a female, this video will go viral saying things about men. Anyways, over and out.